This is just some observations on hackers. I've been around hackers for a long time, and back in the day, like 15, 20 years ago, I was a cracker, and I knew a good bit about hacking different things. I knew about the stealing of credit cards and hacking into other people's phones and being able to make long distance phone calls using someone else's telephone and rerouting your modem all over the world. This is before the internet. This is back in the day when there were bulletin boards. So you literally had to call the computer that you wanted to communicate with. You didn't have the internet back then. I knew one guy that was able to log on and readjust his bank account. He was able to readjust his Visa cards, his MasterCards. These guys are amazing. They're a lot better at what they do than we think they are. Which, when it came out that they had hacked into that website to basically debunk the global warming fraud, it made perfect sense, and I was actually wondering why someone didn't do that before. So I figured I'd make a quick video and show just what these guys are capable of. I mean, they could hack in and get the documents to the contents of all the chemtrails. They could hack in and get the actual orders for spraying the chemtrails and where they're going to be sprayed and what's going to be sprayed. They could hack in and get the actual orders for martial law, where it's going to be implemented, where it's going to start, when it's going to start, when they're planning, when they back off, things like this. They could hack in and find out. I just watched a video a while ago about the military buildup on the coast of California. They could hack in and find out what that stuff is and expose it to the whole world. They could find out all the other coastal areas where I've heard things are starting to build up from the YouTube videos and so forth. They could actually find out where our stimulus, let's put some quotes around that, stimulus money went. You know, the stuff that Bernanke says that he won't tell us where the money went. They could get that stuff. They could break in and get all that stuff, because every bit of it went through the internet and through bank communications. We're all worried about the government listening to our cell phones and stuff like that. These guys do this all the time. They hack in and listen to your phone conversations just like the government does. But they can also hack in and listen to government stuff too. The tables can be turned. So, you know, I'm amazed that this is the only time that anything like this has come out. These guys have methods and things that they can do that we have no clue. All we know how to do is run our word and put a virus protection on there to try to protect ourselves. And they know how to get around that, trust me. They could find out who ordered the vaccines, what's actually in them. They could get the emails of the communications back and forth where they're actually laughing at us because we don't have a clue what's going on. They could actually monitor the government sites. They can alter the government sites. There was a news article on what's his name? Anyway, about don't go to this government site because they're going to put something on your computer and then monitor you and all. The hackers could have gotten in and cleared all that up. We wouldn't have had to worry about it. They could have shut the website down. They can monitor the satellite cameras where everybody's worried that the government is monitoring you. These guys can monitor the government just as easily. They can actually stop military operations. If anything goes through the internet or anything goes through the telephones, wireless or wired, these guys can hack into it. They can check it. They can expose it. They can get to the databases. I see videos constantly about, oh, you may be on the no-fly list, you may be on the no-buy list, and all this, that. These guys have the ability to get into these databases, find out who's on them, expose them, and actually wipe them out if they wanted to. Their abilities are unbelievable. We have no concept. And if they ever would get together, instead of worrying about how they're going to do the next virus to screw over Joe Blow in Podunk, wherever, and whose credit card they're going to steal, or whose cell phone they're going to use to call their girlfriend, if they'd ever get together, let me tell you something. I'd rather have 50 hackers on my side attacking the New World Order and the government than I would have 1,000 highly trained militiamen. Because these guys can put them down. Why do you think George Bush put out a request after 9/11 for the hackers in the world, in the United States, not to put down the Iraqi and the Afghan computers? Because he knew they could. And they can do it now, if they'd get together and did it. I'm not saying for them to do this. I'm not calling anybody to do this. I'm just stating facts that the ability's there. Just like Fox News stated the ability of the terrorists to poison our water. That's all I'm doing. I'm just saying the ability's there. If they ever got together, we'll be into the New World Order. And what's funny is you'd think they would get together by now, because they're trying to get rid of the hackers' internet. What do you think Web 2 is? Web 1 is so intertwined and so interconnected, it's not hurting, but they don't have enough control over it. So Web 2 is their hooks and their locks and their controls. And you would think that the hackers would be up in arms to put this crap down and cut it off. They could pretty well shut it down in a week or two if they all got together and they quit fighting each other and trying to find out when they could get the next movie before it comes out and when they could crack the next game before it comes out. But what are you going to do? I guess it's up to the patriots to fight it on their own and let the little hackers sit in their little basements with their 5 and 6 computers and play their video games and watch their little movies and check out their little porn sites and go down with the rest of them. Anyway, that's it. Rate it, please. Leave a comment. You're more than welcome to. And that's it.